I think the blink timing can be huge on Tiny, since they're going to have to play around him a lot. Beyond having the Mars Arena and the Chronosphere, it's the Tiny that they're going to rely on for team fighting, so definitely going to look towards that.
Player with most kills at 10 minutes. I'm going to go with 9 here on this one.
Yeah, certainly a pretty active player. Could be the one to claim that. I mean, Saksa did have 6 kills at what, minute 5 or something last game.
That is very true. Bunch of pings coming out here in the mid lane. There isn't actually any vision placed yet. They're just derping around. Vision on the other side.
The only one surprised by this is you.
30 seconds to battle.
Standoff at the rune. See if Team Spirit can find something here. They're pretty strong. I think Spirit are actually stronger for the rune here.
I'm going to send the Naga illusion, get a little bit of information. They can see 3, so immediately Tundra. They're like, alright, if everybody's going to be here, then there's no point in hanging out. They split up over on the side of Spirit. A little bit of jump forward, but still going to be 2 runes going the side of Spirit. And perhaps 3 now with Yatro being able to just jump forward like that.
Yeah, slight mistiming there. Didn't get to stun in time on Yatro. Nice attempt by Saksa, but they're going to get minor advantage here going into the laning stage. And considering how the lanes were really dominant for Tundra last game, I think Team Spirit needed it. And that Tiny last hitting on the mid lane. That tree grab is so obnoxious to play against. He has over 80 damage right now, so 9 struggling a little bit, but still doing a good job at just laying in auto attacks to Tiny.
You figure that 9 has played this matchup plenty of times before. Tiny is very, very popular in the mid lane. Almost as popular as some of those spirits, so you'll probably understand exactly how he needs to play this and be very, very cautious not to get caught and thrown underneath the tower, whatnot.
Tusk is pretty fine against that as well, since he can usually like snowball himself back to the creep wave if he does get tossed in. So he has a safety tool there, which can be pretty handy. Pull back of the creeps, Saksa, pulling them to a nice position here for 33, but he's getting bullied by the Orb of Venom Undying, so he's gonna take some damage.
It's also the situation of just knowing, okay, you know, I'm gonna kind of have to sacrifice a little bit right now to make sure that 33 has this lane that's more comfortable. Careful with that courier, though. But then realizing that once he's set up and stabilized, you can start making your own plays and start moving around the map.
I like the way Miposhka is playing this. He's really on top of the tide, bullying a lot, and not prioritizing the Marcy. He's just understanding that 33 is the one to shut down, and Yatro is going to get good farm if he just keeps removing the strength from Tidehunter, so he can't last it.
See you later, nerd.
This feels like a slugfest down here. Oh, does see a courier though, so we'll be able to take that away from Yatro.
Yeah, gets a nice pick off, and then running in deep to pull the creeps, even running under tower, but he's going to pull the creeps back. Yatro trying to pull the creeps over, so pulling the dire creeps over to the big camp here and going to farm those up. Good efficiency by Yatro.
I always enjoy when they make this other lane. Saksa just running around in circles in here, trying to get this set up the way that they like. We'll grab another wave.
This can be problematic though. Oh, hero.
Creep manipulations is just getting pretty redonky bonk. Yep, Mira sitting down here. It takes a lot of harass. Not gonna be able to quite finish him off though.
See the impact from Naga Siren. When you send those illusions over all the time, it can really make it difficult for his supports to keep trading.
33
this
just
bottom lane, man, it's so clowny right now. There's like 15 creeps, 15 dire creeps, and this pull that he made back with a double creep wave behind the tier 2 and between the tier 3. That's gonna be a lot of creep waves denied.
It's also very funny to watch Miposhka. He dropped the tombstone, and 33 just stood there, just slowly just smacking it down. Like, alright.
Yeah, they need to bring down all these creeps, so Yatoro gonna try and farm them safely, but 33 doesn't want to let him, so he's trying to stick around, but Miposhka protecting. The bigger issue is, though, meanwhile this is going on, the next creep wave is already dead. And Saksa even going towards mid. He's gonna deny the mid creep wave. He's like, hello, I got my assassins here. The hit squad.
It's like, oh yeah, I don't mind if I do. Help myself to some of these creeps. This is like so bonkers, honestly speaking. Like 33's been down here pushing his limits the entire time. They still have not managed to kill this Tide Hunter.
Mars in trouble. Is he fine?
Mars though, yeah, collapse, take a lot of damage. They need to get maybe one more click, but still, it's gonna be the first blood for it, collapse. And then eventually, they'll be able to get the kill on him. But it's over onto Skeeter, which is more than happy.
They also got Tide on bottom.
Yeah, his boots too. Also, two big things here. Being able to take that Tide, get rid of him. And then that mobility, which is also very important. I still love that Sox is just like hanging out here in the mid lane still.
Yeah, he's hanging out mid, but meanwhile he was doing that, I mean, Toronto Tokyo had good recognition, so instead of just sitting mid and wondering where his creeps are, he went bottom, killed off the Tide Hunter, having good impact. Oh, Mira getting maybe too close? There's End Snare, but I don't think he can get killed here. Dual Breath and God's Rebuke keeps him safe.
Alright, so we have a rotation from Toronto Tokyo, so this is where it gets a little bit dicey here for 33. Staying at level 4, they've got the Tombstone.
Dire's middle tower
Kind of waddling around trying to waste their time, knows that he can't necessarily go for that TP out, especially if it is on cooldown too, so he'll take some doing, but eventually that'll be a kill for Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah, it's a difficult kill, but there's also no escape. He's so slow, there's never gonna be a world where he runs out of that.
9 has a Walrus Punch ready for Toronto Tokyo though here.
Welcome back to mid lane.
Hello, I'm level 6. Nice to see you. I see you are not level 6 yet.
Power Rune is spawning, both teams controlling it. Saksa and Miposhka fighting for the bottom.
Ooh, double damage for Sox. Look at him, he goes running right back at Miposhka.
He has boots. He can chase him. He's gonna get the kill.
The boots. Unless Miposhka can
deny?
somehow manage to get the denial. No, it's still gonna be Saksa who gets the final hit, gets the bounty rune. And looks like he's gonna hang out here over with 9, clean up this camp.
Yeah, they hit pretty hard, so just finishing off some creeps here in the enemy jungle. Very nice. And I expect these two to play very closely together this game. Saksa and 9, Tusk and Marcy just work so well together, especially when you start getting some tag team levels and the ulti is up for Marcy.
The avalanche toss back on 9. Snowball though rolling right back over to the creep. 9 says see you later.
Yeah, he does have that save against the toss back, so very nice hero to be playing if you're against Tiny Mid. Some stacks are being made in the jungle. Meanwhile, Jakiro, though, getting pretty close here.
That's a courier kill. Skeeter's just gonna sidestep. Does have the ensnare if he wants to use it, but these doesn't seem like he
doesn't try that at least to get some more damage. The ensnare is only 70 mana. I think he could have done some serious damage.
It's possible. Over in the mid lane, though, kill on Miposhka. Nice rotation again from Sox. They'll clean up the tombstone. Like you said, these two playing together, very powerful. Couple punches here from Saksa as Collapse gets a kill on Snake King in the top lane. The top pass back.
They're chasing
the
mid. They
rebound if they want to go for it. A good avalanche though will slow them down.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be safe, but Power Rune is spawning 20 seconds and he's not really in a position to take it. So Saksa gonna check one of them. 9 probably gonna go. Oh, gets a bottle refill as well.
Bottle refill on top of it. That is some kingly service.
Same for Toronto.
Saksa needs to be a little bit careful. Doesn't have Snake King nearby, so we'll just rebound away. They'll pick up the illusion, so there's not going to be a bottle refill. And they should be able to walk out as 9 makes his way over. Snowball over onto Mira. Does get tossed up into the air. They've got the sidekick, though. Punches over onto Miposhka. They need to get a little bit more damage onto the Frostbite. Will be enough.
End of the day, they're gonna win that. So many heroes fighting mid. That's usually what we see, though, for the first 2 Power Runes. both teams are activating heavily, and that gives a little bit of time for the side laners to really start getting progression towards the items that they're working on. Collapse is going for a first item Blink Dagger in this game, and only got a Ring of Health to try and stay alive. But, of course, faces Void as well, has his Mask of Madness and started his jungling.
I see the courier making its way through. They're collapsing over here, 9.
Radiant's courier
Revealing himself.
killed.
Starts off with a big walrus punch. Not a lot of mana, though. Does have to pop those 1 charges as Yatro. Time walks away. Is feeling pressured and a bit bullied, though, when you've got all these people on your side of the jungle. So he's going to go back to the safety of his tower.
Is under attack.
33
There's
does
quite a
have
bit
level
of
7.
creeps. Yeah, high level. Quite a bit of creeps to him to take their
Ras.
mid lane, Tiny.
Middle lane. Nice avalanche. Gonna buy a bit more time, but the snowball coming into play. The walrus punch, the toss back. Saksa still looking for the dispose, though. They need a little bit more damage, and they're gonna get slowed down by this tombstone. Be careful of that tree. Plus the sphere from Collapse will be able to collect the kill. Is holding on now to that arena, doing a good deal of just zoning. As
He
9
really wanted that Crystal Maiden as well, chasing after, but snaking makes CM look fast with his good reaction time of starting to run away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
9 waits patiently. He's realizing that most
Cool
of them
down
have left
spear.
now. He's just gonna throw out the shards. Still has that arena. Still has 2 heroes along with the Smars. So they're gonna respect.
Yeah, top is a regen rune, so gonna get some HP and mana back. Looks like take that on here.
Feels good. Just watching Yatro and 33 just smack each other in the bottom lane is some of the funniest thing, I swear. It's too...
Yeah, there's 0 damage being done in that lane.
Now we'll see a smoke rotation from Tundra, but Void has already left, so it looks like they're just gonna put the pressure on the tower. Not gonna
Yeah,
be able
that's
to
what
get
I'm
themselves
expecting to
killed.
see this TI. I mean, last year's TI, Yatoro was known for, you know, having some of the most ungodly reads for when the smoke ganks came in. And here he dodges one. Haven't really seen him like uncanny level smoke dodging this group stage so far, but it was really a main event playoff. We saw it, I suppose.
Radiant's bottom
There it is, the rebound, the dispose, right underneath his own tower.
is under attack.
They'll just punch Maposhka to death.
Tower has fallen.
Yatoro is making his way over. Does have a Chronosphere, but doesn't look like he's quite ready to use it yet.
Yeah, no enabling of the big ultis yet. 33 does take bottom tower, so he keeps his Ravage, but he also takes down the tower.
Mars wrapping around over on the side, thinking perhaps they can get themselves a pick off, but already Saksa and Snaking have walked away.
Radiant's bottom
It's
It's pretty good vision for Tundra in this area, though. They have both a ward on their outposts and a ward in the river.
They've got one over on the stairway too, so if they make their way over, they can immediately punish it. Do you see Saksa though hiding in the top lane? So they do make a big invasion from the side of Spirit, but they read it pretty well, as Saksa does reveal himself briefly.
He jumps in to try and stun, but the Collapse can just God's Rebuke, and that stops the Marcy stun from going off. It's a nice little detail. If you force move the Marcy when she's flying in, then you can stop the stun.
This'll come in handy.
Both teams are getting pretty good farm progression right now. Of course, Yatoro has gone into a jungle with this Grandmaster Void. He's just hitting creeps as fast as he can right now with Mask of Madness and building in towards the Maelstrom. But the Naga Siren is also getting pretty damn big. She's farming Ancients now together with the Tidehunter. And already has the Yasha and well on her way towards Manta.
Top lane. Laps. Saksa starts with the Unleash. Snaking joining in. See the Walrus Punch. The Frostbite already in place. And Collapse. Whoa, Collapse. I'm stuck.
I'm stuck.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Yeah, he got held in place there in the tree line by one little Mellow Creep that tried to be helpful. He was like, "Oh Mars, you need my assistance. I'm coming over."
Give that creep a raise.
Yeah, for the Dire team,
Yeah.
he'll get better paid under a different contract.
It's been promoted. You know, how do you get promoted to banner creep is the real question. What's your qualifications to get that job? Seems like a pretty
If I
sweet
want to
job.
be promoted to banner creep, that would be a terrible position. You get killed first.
Tower is under attack.
But then you've got the shiny banner. Think of the legacy that you'll leave for your children, your tiny other little creeps.
The biggest legacy is that I got killed by one of my own heroes. That's my best possible death. Oh no.
Alright, that's fair. Blink Dagger being sent out now for Tiny. So we'll be seeing Toronto Tokyo probably get a little bit more aggressive, although this is definitely not the guy you want to go after. Mr. 33 is going to get himself a haste rune. That's a speedy watermelon rolling down the river. And collapsing
Collapse
near the
going
blink
in.
forward, grabs himself snaking. That's most likely going to be a nice pickup. Do have that frostbite coming into play, buying just a little bit more time, but the clicks are there. So that's dead.
Tidehunter with haste.
Yeah, Tidehunter is here with haste. The buyback from Crystal Maiden. They're realizing that this could be a good fight, a good ravage over onto 2. Turn their attention over to Toronto Tokyo. They should be able to get this kill. And the rest of the side of Spirit now on the back foot. Nice ice path from Mira, but Snowball's gonna come in, gonna be able to go and connect over onto Mira. A couple decays. They try to get that heal off from the Undying, and it's doing a decent amount, but the dispose over onto Mira. Still alive. They'll end up losing Maposhka. There it is. There's the Chronosphere. They see themselves Saksa.
The
But
song.
here comes Skeeter. The song. Saksa, he's still alive. The Verdu and Dale keep over on the ground as they'll follow a blow up Yatoro. Somehow, at the end of the day, Saksa going to be able to survive all said and done. And that is one hell of a fight coming out from Tundra. Did have to buy back, but definitely worth it.
Yeah, that was, I mean, very timely for them to get the haste rune and get the catch there, but also good positioning overall. And we see exactly why Naga Siren was a good pick in this game. Skeeter joining the fight, and if he's there, you cannot chrono anything that is not the Naga. If you don't chrono Naga, then you're just going to get slept. So good reaction there, and of course they have so many disables that Faceless Void could not even time walk out. I would like to mention that there was a good cute little play by Mira where he dropped down the Macropyre and then he was standing under it. Oh, a tossback?
I mean, 33's pretty tanky, but
Yeah, I don't think he dies. I don't think there's any way for him to kill him. Even as the Wraith Pact and he's holding it. If he drops that, even more unkillable.
yeah, he's gonna go for the hood soon too. Like, this is a very tanky boy. Marcy and 9 on the hunt. We talked about wanting to see them play together, and they're one heck of a duo.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're starting to get some tag team levels, and they also have that sidekick. So if you get sidekick and then Walrus Punch with tag team as well, he did 830 damage with that one punch. And this is before he has the Desolator, and now the Deso is flying out. 9 early Deso here, not even going Blink.
They're just playing with such a fast tempo on the side of Tundra. It's just proving to be a bit difficult for Spirit to get their footing. In the classical sense, you know, Spirit, they know their timings, they know what their power peaks are, but it just feels like Tundra just playing their own game. A little bit of a toss back though here on 9 has the snowball. It's gonna be rolling over onto Collapse, and in comes Skeeter. He's nearby, doesn't have the song available, but is gonna go wandering and walks into this arena. Macropyre does end up getting laid down, followed up with a Ravage though from 33. They'll end up losing one. And Skeeter now is in a little bit of a pickle here. Doesn't have the song for another couple seconds. They do end up losing Maposhka. Skeeter trying to buy a bit more time here. Socks. A nice spear though coming in from Collapse. Will be able to go and finish off Skeeter. Mira though left behind will finally fall.
And meanwhile, Yatoro found the Crystal Maiden in the jungle, just time dilation, chases her down, and kills her off as well. So Yatoro getting a kill as well. Team Spirit now getting a little bit of, you know, money back here after what was previously a terrible fight. They're still 6k gold behind, but they needed this fight badly.
I think that fight goes a lot differently if the Naga had the song. I think it felt a little bit overly aggressive, perhaps, and we said that that is one thing that they do have to be aware of on Tundra, is sometimes they just see these opportunities, get too excited, and they aren't necessarily in the right timing to make them.
It's what Team Spirit need to do. They need to be ready to punish the aggression of Tundra, because Tundra is almost always a hyper-aggressive team. And yeah, they have good tools to do so. They throw back under a tower. There was almost a bit of backfire though when Collapse got snowballed on, and he ran down the lane instead of backing up. Oh, Yatoro. Yatoro, are you fine?
Can they stun-lock him fast enough? Can they burst him down? They can with the Crystal Maiden ulti. Snaking will get the kill. And get a
Farming
bullet.
the Ancients too?
That's value. More collapsing though. 9. 33 down here. Doesn't have the Ravage, but is big and tanky, so they're just gonna bully Mira as well. This is going on, but Poshka gets spotted out by 9. At least Mira, the guy buying a little bit more.
Very quickly, everything again crumbling. This is the thing though, like Tundra, even though they immediately lost even though they just lost the fight, they immediately get back on the horse and just go towards the fight again. And now finds themselves in a good spot to take Roshan. They have Naga, they have, oh my god, they have Gush, they have Deso, they have so much minus armor. Poor Roshan. And Orchid is complete on Naga as well now, so that's gonna be huge. You don't have Dispel yet over on the side of Yatoro. And he's farming under a ward right now.
Right underneath it, they know where he is. He's gonna just time walk away. They have the Ravage available. They don't have a blink on Tide, so they are gonna have to walk in, but they are just running in instantly, it feels like, with 9 constantly leading these charges.
Yeah, you love to see it. And he has the Aegis. He's gonna go for maybe a catch on Toronto Tokyo. Gonna be hard to find him though. So he jumps away. Collapse. He's just in no man's land right now, trying to find some farm.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
What can he do over here? Maybe a snaking?
Saxa collapses very, very far.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Stay safe. Find safety in the enemy base. Best place to be safe.
Yeah, because they're not going to be there. They're already running all over the map.
It's true. The counter to Tundra is to play on inside their own base because they're never at home.
33 is sitting directly underneath this ward over here, though, so it's going to be spotted. Completed pipe.
He's
oh
spotted, but he's nearly unkillable.
That's
Wraith Pact and Pipe.
Silence, plus that and Snare. Skeeter just going to try to fight against Faceless Void, and it's so much. Oh, he uses the song. He's just going to walk away. Yeah, it looks like he's going to teleport out. He realizes, okay, the rest of my team is not here at all because they're busy getting the kill on Mira in the mid lane, so I'm just going to slow you down while I let them finish off their little skirmish.
Yeah, and that's going to be the tier 2 towers will probably falling here, as Tidehunter has no intention of backing out, just whipping himself and keeps pushing for this tower.
He's pushing past his limits, you know? Very anime.
It truly is. Tundra, they know where they last saw Void, so they're going towards that area.
This game feels very weird to me. Like, you just have 9 poking at Toronto Tokyo and, like, following him around. Tidehunter just not caring about anything.
He's walking through.
He doesn't care. He's so tanky. They know, like, Yatoro might actually have to use the Chronosphere to try to get out as that Ravage comes out over onto 2. The Silence again, the Ensnare. Throwing out the Ice Path and the Macro Pyre. We'll slow them down just a little bit, but you just can't do anything.
Man, I did not expect Tundra to come in and just swing on Team Spirit like this. This is looking very one-sided again here, and Team Spirit are kind of lost for timings, right? They're going back. They went back for a Midas on Tiny, but I don't see an obvious way for them to turn this game around. The Blink Midas now going for Aghanims on Tiny. I guess he wants the Daedalus big toss combination.
I definitely
just feels
expected
like it's
this
gonna hit too late.
I expected this to be a lot. Oh boy! All right, Mira's just gone. Closer. This again does feel like a stop. Maposha could just get spotted by Skeeter.
Yeah, they're just falling like flies right now. They're actually just so weak compared to Tundra.
They know Toronto Tokyo's over here because they have the courier from the Tidehunter. Yeah, look at this. Safety's not going to be able to quite make it in time, but keeping tabs on Toronto Tokyo. Closer and closer towards that BKB, though, over on Mars.
The BKB will be useful, but I feel like they are gonna lack damage to get the kills here. The Naga is about to finish up an entire heart, and they don't have a good hero to deal with the Naga illusions. There's nothing like a Lesh. Okay, they're looking for Tide.
Okay,
gonna
jump
go on
the Tidehunter, the toss back, and they just push him further and further into the base. But look how tanky he is. He drops the Wraith Pact. They're using everything on this Tidehunter, and they still haven't managed to kill him yet. Should be able to do it eventually, but that took way too long. Way too many spells.
Easy kill. Easy kill. Okay, great. So it only takes like 20 seconds of the entire team focusing him with nobody disabling them, and then they can kill him. Yeah, that's not ominous at all. Feels good. And now, look at 9. They're going again. A smoke coming in, going towards bottom. Collapse in trouble.
Yes, he is. He,
He's
Alright,
Blink.
looks like they are trying to teleport a couple people over to try to protect. They have the BKB online now for the...
They're going again. A smoke coming in, going towards bottom. Collapse in trouble.
Yes, he is. He,
He's
Alright,
Blink.
looks like they are trying to teleport a couple people over to try to protect. They have the BKB online now for the Void. So that will come in handy if Skeeter does try to song again, but the BKB is also complete from Marcy, so...
Tundra showing some valuable constraint there. I think if they dove onto tower, that could have been a bad fight, since Tidehunter is dead, and they didn't use any big ultis to bring him down earlier. So the fact that they held on to their aggression a little bit there and back out, I think that was very, very important.
Aegis is timed out now over on 9, so they did manage to outweight it, but it's still very, very spooky and difficult for them to get out here on this map. Granted, we are seeing the item progression coming out, which is definitely feeling a little bit better for Spirit, but it still feels like they're struggling to keep up with the pace set by Tundra.
Yeah, they're just not really able to match it at all because of the survivability on a lot of their heroes. The Naga was already difficult to kill, now with the heart, and same on the Tide. He's closing in towards an Assault Cuirass next.
Collapse has his BKB completed, but they're very quickly just, yeah, Saksa pings out. They find Collapse. Suppose immediately just throws up the arena, but it just doesn't matter.
He survives.
That BKB
snaking.
means nothing. They do get a kill on Maposhka here in the top lane. Looks like they still are holding on to the song. If they can find Yatoro. In fact, 33 does find him. Oh, he thinks about it. Thought about that.
Bottom. He's going for them.
Thought about that. Ravage Yatoro, though, finding these two over on the side of Tundra. Saksa will end up dying. 9 here is getting stun locked. Toss up into the air, so that is a nice play here by Yatoro. Good use of that BKB first time, but now does have to be careful. Snake King chasing after him. Isn't that fast, but the song connecting over onto Toronto, Tokyo, and Yatoro. We'll see the teleport come out. They're bringing in the Undying. Silence over onto Yatoro. They want to just blow him up as fast as possible. The Aster coming into play. The Ravage, though, and that should be a very dead Faceless Void. Tree Volley coming out from Toronto, Tokyo, trying to just push them away with massive amounts of damage. And it looks like Tundra, they're going to take a beat here. They're going to take a pause. They don't have the Tusk, they don't have the Marcy, but they do have control of the outpost. So as soon as they're back up, they could opt to go back in, even though they don't have these massive ultimates.
Yeah, Tundra are just invading a lot, though. They're not necessarily seeking to take the tier 3 tower, but they're playing on the front foot here. So you're not even allowed to enter your own jungle. Mid lane creep waves are dying very quickly to illusions as well, and your own ancients are going to get farmed up by Naga once again. So this is a difficult spot to be in. What they have going for them, though, on Team Spirit is that they do have the Aghanims on Tiny, and he's building towards the crit.
Saksa? Oh, the Avalanche. Okay, maybe gone a little bit too far. We'll use the BKB and run out.
Fortunate that that was on the mid lane. Notoriously in the mid, there are not that many trees. Tiny had the Aghanims ready, but there was nothing he could throw at the Marcy there. So mid is actually the weakest spot for this mid Tiny. But on the side lanes, he could maybe use these trees to just launch into artillery.
Chronosphere still down for 36 seconds. Yatoro is trying to get out of the base. Has Mira nearby to try to protect him. Maybe throw out an ice path. They get too aggressive. But you can see Snake King just running at Yatoro immediately. Get the Lotus Orb. This is going to bounce Snowball right back over to 9.
Oh no,
Or 9's going to become a Snowball. Oh no.
He's permanent. This is him now.
Okay.
Nah, it's still beta game. Alright, cameraman, we have to follow this Snowball. Where's it going? Where does it go?
Oh god, now we're playing Katamari Damacy, it feels.
Oh, he's consuming the centaurs. Roll them up. Yeah, that's
well, this is going on. There is a fight over here with 33. Very tanky. Skeeter does have the Song of the Siren, but there's the BKB on Yatoro as the Snowball slowly starts moving forward.
It's coming.
Looks absolutely ridiculous. Oh no. There's the Tree Volley though over onto 33. Is it gonna be enough to get the kill though? The question is looking not to be. ready as they'll clean up the zombies. Snaking is left behind here over on the side. He's gonna get the ultimate off. The Walrus Punch forward. Snaking gets a lot of damage. He is gonna eventually fall as the snowball just keeps rolling around in the fight. Yatoro, though, have to throw the Lotus Orb up because he does end up getting stunned. They'll follow up with the Ravage Toss back onto Yatoro. They want this kill. They just can't seem to get enough damage off. As now Marcy Saxa looking to see who else he can possibly grab.
Even in his death, it's still there. It stays.
What is this nonsense?
we have left a permanent snowball. Okay.
All right.
Be sure.
Cool.
Honestly, though, that bug is so frustrating because you can't see when he's actually snowballing at you, right?
Yeah.
I guess he's permanently snowballing, but when is he gonna roll at you and you know, be in the snowball? I suppose. Very tricky bug when you see it.
Collapse just
Collapse,
zooming
right?
past 33,
Dire's
but
middle tower
do
is
you
under
have
attack.
Saxa?
Dire are scanning.
They think no, they turn their attention. Well, they thought about it for half a second. They see that Void is over there.
Yeah, he's gonna just play behind the enemy lines as we've seen Collapse do multiple times. Might be in danger, but again, gonna blink out and TP from the tree line. Stays perfectly safe. Right now, Tundra are just controlling this game and trying to get back to another Roche. It's spawning in 13 seconds. If they stick around and check it, I think they are going to...
Oh, he's bugged again.
Oh yeah, the Snowball Man. Snowball Man.
New hero. Everyone was super excited. Now we always talk about the new hero that comes out around TI. It was in front of us the entire time, guys. 9 just knew ahead of time. Very Indiana Jones.
This is so stupid. You can't see anything.
No, you can't.
What is this? Like, when they clump up in the team fight, you actually can't even see which hero is where. You have to go based on just the health bars.
Yeah, someone trying to cast these team fights, it's not easy.
I like when he blinks
If he
forward,
blinks out,
he's
though.
out of the snowball, and then it follows him. We'll see if he blinks again. That looks so dumb. You can see him for a while when he blinks forward.
Yeah. Alright, one more second. He's gonna blink.
Yeah, blink, please, 9. Leave your snowball. Leave the safety. He's staying in there. It's comfy, I guess. Oh, he's gonna blink soon. Yeah, soon.
Okay, okay.
It's happening. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
He doesn't want to show. He's a bit shy. Camera shy.
I mean, I guess on the bright side, it's very visible. You know exactly where 9 is if you have the vision.
Are scanning.
That's very
I think
true.
you can juke with the snowball.
They saw Yatoro top. They saw him running towards the creep wave. They're trying to get there. That a ward on him. But I'm not sure they're gonna get there in time. But he's trying to finish up Manta.
So we have the double snowball. What is this nonsense?
He multicasted.
They see that Yatoro is up here, but he's already teleporting out. I don't think they'll be able to find him in time. Nah, he's out.
Yeah, this game, it's hard to take the game serious when this is going on, honestly. But in all seriousness, they are just about to finish up the full Manstown Faceless Void. That would be nice for him because then he can deal with the End Snare, deal with the Orchid as well. Also, Naga having Aghanims in this game is really big because she can target people through BKB. Also has that new ability, the Reel In.
I haven't seen Reel In happen.
I'll keep an eye on if he ever uses that. I don't think they will use it in their draft, but it can be good in certain drafts. If you have like Aghanim's Disruptor on your team or something, the Reel In can be broken, but I think he just bought it for Aghanim's BKB piercing.
Now, I have a question about this because I don't see Reel In hardly ever. Can you, if you have something like a Faceless Void on your team, reel them into the Chrono?
Yeah, you can pull them into stuff, and that's sort of the usefulness of it, is that you can try and reposition people. But even bigger is like using your song and then reel in on them while they're in the song, so you can reposition them, and then as they wake up, you put them inside like a multi-hero Static Storm or Ice Path from Jakiro or something like that.
Dota's such a weird game. I'm never sure which interactions actually interact with each other, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. It's also a new ability that we haven't seen much because generally it's not very good, the Reel In, but it can be fantastic.
Radiant's
Natural just can't stand toe-to-toe with 33.
No, he's way too tanky.
full assault cuirass, wraith pack, pipe of insight. What's next for this big boy is the question.
Radiant's
Yeah, I wonder
top
what he
tower
wants
is
to go
under
for.
attack.
I mean, the world is his oyster at this point. He can pretty much buy whatever he wants. It would be funny to see him buy like a Shivas and just laugh at the people trying to hit him.
He's a tank then.
Also, Shiva would play nicely into the ice theme. They have Snowball Man, they have CM, the double Snowball Man even.
I like when you put on the cheat mode, and then you take Storm Spirit, you get a Shivas on him, and you just start zipping around and just spamming Shivas nonstop. Just looks like a giant wintry front making its way across the map.
Yeah, good way to test your system as well. See if you keep your frames.
You don't. At least I don't, definitely. Arcane on
Yes.
top. You can buy the snowball.
Hard for Team Spirit to get out on the map at all right now. They're being just contained by illusions. So every single wave, he sends his illusions over to the sides here. This Naga is completely in control of the game, pretty much on his own right now. And they do have Aegis, of course, on the side of Tundra, so now is not an opportune time to smoke out if you're Team Spirit. But they do have a smoke ready when it's time to go, but it's going to be difficult, because you kind of need to shove out the lanes, but how do you shove out lanes when the illusions just kill all your creeps all the time?
So apparently this bug is based off of the Lotus Orb.
Yeah, it is.
And that's why it is just permanently stuck here. Figured it was something with that reaction, although Toronto Tokyo, seeing this big snowball, is gonna get Walrus punched up, and there's a tree volley, but 9 rolling on through as they use the Ravage onto the backlines, catching over multiples. 3 heroes just getting punched away by Saxa. Mira also going to fall. They still have not managed to get the kill over on 9, as Toronto Tokyo now looking like he's just absolutely on his own island. They did not have collapse around for this fight. They will buy back on the Jakiro, but that
They
is
have
one
refresher
of
on
the few,
collapse, but
buybacks that they have.
yeah, no Faceless Void. They're missing damage right now. Even if they do go in with a refresher, I don't think they can kill anything, so they're just gonna have to use the glyph, try and delay this. I can't believe it was zoned out there. The only hope they have is Chrono and Mars combining a little bit. Beautiful catch though by 33. You got a 3-man Ravage, followed up with a 3-man Tendrils of the Deep.
BKB from Collapse.
Oh, the Lotus Orb Snowball. Snowballs everywhere.
Yep, again. Alright, it's gonna go for the... Oh, Skeeter though in position with the Song of the Siren. They're just gonna wait around Collapse patiently. He is gonna BKB and run out. We talked about he had the refresh, but while this is going on, 33 is just smacking the buildings down. He doesn't care. He is just up front and center. Knows that they just don't have enough damage unless they focus him down solely and no one else participates.
Yeah, he's just going towards top lane as well, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see if Tundra just reset here and try and get some more mana back, as he's really low mana on Tide, and they don't have Ravage available, so they're just gonna try and wait a little bit before they go high ground again. They're pinging out Roche. Roche can spawn in 1 minute from now.
Radiant are scanning.
Sheepstick is completed now for Naga.
Yeah,
Man,
more
Skeeter has died
disable.
once this entire game. Like, he is playing such a good game here.
Look at Skeeter CS, minute 37 is what we're at right now. He has 650 CS. That's quite a few CS per minute that he's rocking here.
I'm getting my prediction right from the start of the game. Let's go. So many snowballs. I think we'll probably see a fix for that fairly soon after this game.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, this is...
a
We're
TI game.
memeing about it a little bit, but it's honestly so obnoxious to play against, or even play. I mean, it's a big buff for 9. He's happy because he doesn't need to see himself, but
No.
if you're on the side of Team Spirit here, they can't see when he's using his abilities. You can't see the Walrus Punch, even though you generally don't really rely heavily on a visual aid for that. He's just gonna punch when he gets close to you. But even so, it's a very frustrating thing to not be able to see the hero, or anyone standing under his hero.
Yeah, I think that's the bigger issue, I think, for me, if I was playing this game.
Yeah, please
Oh,
Valve,
God.
get on it and fix this one, because this, it's been in the game for a while, and it honestly is so terrorizing when it happens.
I need to page the wonderful Jeff Hill and see if he can figure out exactly what's what the interaction is.
Yeah.
All right,
Feels
full
like
heart on Tidehunter, full satanic on 9. You have all the items.
yeah, Tundra are starting to look very ready. 30,000 gold lead here. They're going up on
They're baiting.
the triangle.
Baiting with this illusion. They have the they are successful with the bait. Have the
Not gonna
sidekick
punish for
over.
it though. Just saying, very cute.
Foolish you look.
I do really like that line of Owen and Fogged. That one's a fun one. Does the snowball still show if you're smoked?
Oh no, you can't see it in Fog War.
Okay.
As far as I remember.
I wasn't sure how busted this was. Oh, the BKB immediately coming out from Faceless Void. And again, Tidehunter's just too tanky. He's got a heart. This guy has got 4k health. Snowball is just kind of rolling around here. Not really actually the snowball.
Not actually chasing
Lord.
anyone, yeah, it's just him walking around. Yeah, that's the issue. He can blink in on Tide like that, and they double BKB react, which is great, but they don't get anything for it. Like, you don't get caught by a Ravage, but you didn't use Ravage. So now you just wasted your BKBs, and this is a great spot for Tundra to either push the advantage even more. Oh, they see Yatoro.
They do see Yatra. They know he doesn't have a BKB. Throw out the silence. Sox to follow up the punches. Skeeter will clean up Yatra. They do have buyback. They have 77 seconds, or they can use buyback, although they just jumped right into the base. They just punched Baposhka out of the game. Good God. And they still have the Ravage online here. So if they decide that they want to close the gap, they're going to have to fight into it. And it's very scary, especially since they used those BKBs earlier. Buyback on Baposhka. They're still holding on to the buyback on Faceless Void. Doesn't have the BKB for another 24 seconds, but does have the Chronosphere if he wants to use it.
Collapse has to look for the angle. He has to try and get, like, on the back line. Not Tidehunter, anyone but Tidehunter.
They're not presenting themselves in a manner that he can get through this wall of Tide, though.
Good damage from Tiny, but it's not enough against the Tide.
9 trying to find this angle, also kind of standing off to the side.
Radiant's top tower.
That's the other racks. It's gonna be Megas. Toronto Tokyo finally decides, alright, we're gonna go see how far we can get, but there it is. There's the Ravage over onto 4th. They do have the BKB. The punch, though, immediately just deleting Maposhka. And now Saksa with the Unleashed punches Mira, finishes off Collapse, and Toronto Tokyo, he's stuck in the corner. The Chronosphere does come out from Yatoro, and they're doing a lot of damage over to 9, but still, it's looking a little bit hairy here because they are gonna be able to follow up, turn their attention to Yatoro. They'll kill him. He bought back. The GG gets called. Tundra have just taken down Spirit with a slightly unorthodox draft.
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
it's a
tower.
very Tundra-esque draft, but they beat Team Spirit 2-0 here. Very impressive. I mean, Tundra are looking in fantastic form for this TI overall, considering their group standings as well now. I believe that puts them at 3 wins, 4 draws, and 0 losses. I mean, that's just outstanding. So they're definitely looking amazing. I believe they have secured themselves winner bracket. Gonna get that check mark as well after this game, I suppose.
Yeah, they deserve it after the way that they played.